All right. We back in the building. We back in the building. Salute to everybody that's here. You already know I'm Blue Devil, and today we back with another video reaction. Now, look, this is the 9 a.m. drop. Make sure you guys tap back in at noon and tap back in at 3 p.m. for all reactions. And I do go live tonight to play music around 8 p.m., maybe 7:30. I will be playing music. We will be doing a long live stream till like 1, 2 in the morning. Now, Saturday, I probably won't be on for music. But Sunday we'll be back with a guest podcast. All right. So make sure you guys tap in noon, 3 p.m., 7 p.m., and then Sunday. I will see you guys again for the Hater World podcast with a guest. You guys already know, bro. The Why You Hating podcast was last night. We did a Why You Hating podcast with Doe Hunter, Serio 2 times, Opina, G the Barber, Blue Devil, bro. The starting five. All right. That was last night. Go check it out. Over 12,000 views. Off rip, bro. We had over 350 people in the building. We're building. Why You Hating podcast? That's us internally. And don't forget, the Hater World podcast is every Sunday with a guest. All right. The Hater World podcast is every Sunday with a guest. With that being said, top of the morning. Let's go ahead and get this reaction in, and I will see you guys again at noon. All right, we left off yesterday with Wessmont SSkeme going in on Lucky from Hood Stocks and going in on the Civilian podcast. So what we're going to do right now is finish this off. Crazy Hood Media bringing this content. Go subscribe to him. Go subscribe to everybody mentioned in this video. I ain't a hater. You know, there can only be one Blue Devil, and you can never surpass me as far as in my lane. You can surpass me in your own lane, but not in mine. So with that being said, let's go ahead and press play where we left off at yesterday, and hopefully we could kill the video and move on to a different topic at noon. Let's go.
Call that, bro.
Tommy Guns and Sporty CK got banned and Swifty Blue was allowed. What's your take on that? Going to No Jumper.
But Swifty didn't get banned. Like, people pick and choose, bro. Like, look, man, people pick and choose. It's favoritism, bro.
Facts.
And my whole thing is this, man. The way I was taught, the way I was raised, I know they probably didn't get raised the same way as me, even though supposedly they older than me, so they're from a more gangster generation, bro. But apparently, they got raised by fucking chumps or something, bro. Because if you
see, those are little shots thrown, and those little shots sort of include people that don't need to be included in the beef. If you got beef with somebody, keep it contained to that person, because saying slick remarks like that will now have people around the beef guy, the person you have beef with, feeling a sort of type of way. You know, because right here he said, maybe they ain't been raised like me. Maybe they've been raised by chumps. So now you got the people that raised homie feeling a type of way. So, you know, keep that in mind, bro. Just try to keep your beef contained. It makes it easier. That way you don't beef with a group. You beef with the guy you don't like.
stand on something, stand on it, bro. If you have morals and principles, I respect that. But stand on it. Don't move the goalpost because you want your little views or you want your little clicks. Don't move the goalpost. If you banning people from going on No Jumper, why you not banning everybody? And this
basically what he's saying, bro, and I keep interrupting because I don't want to forget, right? But basically what he's saying is that if there's rules and regulations, follow the rules and regulations, bro. Don't change them because you dislike someone. Don't change them because you want someone else to be the exception. Don't change them because it's going to work towards your benefit. If these are the rules and this is what it is, it don't matter if you like the guy, don't like the guy, you trying to make some money. No, stand on what the rules are, bro. Don't change them. Keep it even across the board. I respect that.
Ain't nothing against Swifty, man. You know what I'm saying? I never had nothing with Swifty, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I never had no ill will towards the dude. I don't know him. But I'm just saying is if you're going to ban people, ban everybody. But he just picking and choosing, bro. He want to pick and choose who he allows on who he doesn't. That's cool. It's his show. He can have on whoever he wants. But don't say that it's for a certain reason. You know what I'm saying? Just say, I don't like Tommy Guns. Say, I don't like Sporty CK. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, fool, so it's funny because...
And to go off of what he said right here, I don't think it's that Hood Stocks didn't like these youngsters. I don't think it's that he didn't like Sporty or Tommy. I don't think it's none of that. I think it was he felt like anyone going to No Jumper shouldn't be going up there. So I'm going to see if I can create this narrative so that way homies stop going up there. But at the same time, when he broke that code and brought on Swifty and brought on Peso and a bunch of others, people at that point stopped taking you serious because they start seeing that you're flip flopping. And even though you might not be thinking it's a flip flop because you're looking at it like, well, these are big artists, bro. We need them on the platform. We need the views, we need the likes, we need this. Plus, whatever I thought I had going on didn't work. That's why you just don't say nothing and you just do it. You feel me? That's why you just don't say nothing and you do it. But I don't think that Lucky disliked these youngsters at all. I don't think so. I think he just had something up here and it sounded good, but it didn't turn out well.
I interviewed them both and I asked them about it, and they said they don't watch Hoodstock, so they didn't even know that he had
They
even
didn't even know they were banned?
Yeah.
Nah, man, you know what? Like I said, man, I ain't no hater, man. If he got his little audience over there, go ahead. I'm just telling you how I feel about him, because I'm not scared to tell you how I feel about him. But that don't mean that I wish evil on nobody, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You can eat all the rice you want, just a minute.
Facts. I like that. It's just because you have an opinion about someone, it don't mean that you want something to happen to him. It's just because I disagree with this guy, don't mean that I want, something bad to happen to him, his family, his friends, his business, nothing like that. So, that's dope, bro, because that's for real.
Of
Much,
course.
much success to all the
Even though there's people that are not like that. There's people, bro, that right now in my comments, bro, are wishing the worst on me, and I never met them, and I'm never gonna meet them, and I don't care about them, and I wish them all the success in the world. And if they were to ever hit me up and needed some advice, I would give it to them, bro. And if I could help them in any way, I would. And if I had a few $1,000,000, I would build a super no jumper here and hire all the homies. But these people still hate me for no apparent reason. Oh, you think you're tough? No, I don't. You think I'm tough.
homies, bro, but him.
All right, where are we at on the record right now? Where are we at on the song?
We're at the part where I called out all the podcasters, and I called out Lucky. That's when I said,
Oh,
Lucky
Amy.
transition into the Lucky said that I don't got it. Lucky said that I got it, but I don't get it. Like, I'm not the reason Lil Homies is double lesson. Check his bitches, Mr. Southern Side. My stock good in the hood, it appreciated with time. You know what I'm saying?
He's a dope artist, bro.
Obviously, like anybody that knows, bro, he should already knew right there. That's a double entendre. So appreciated with time is obviously like any other stock, right? That does good. And it also is appreciated with time with all the time that I put in the prison, the California prison system, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't just in there laying on my bunk, my boy. I was programming, I took off on the PCs when it was time to get off, bro. Nobody told me to. I did that because I chose to, bro. Not because I was told to. Because I know that's how we get down. I'm not going to be on no yard with no rapists, child molesters, snitches, dropouts, nothing. So I did that on my own recognizance, right? And my whole thing is this, bro. Motherfuckers trying to talk down on me. They don't know me, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. Like I said, that's another thing where he picked and chose. So he got at me in the DMs talking about don't keep the prison lingo out your mouth. Because I told him, hey, I don't do that PC barking through the cell doors, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because he was just yapping his mouth on FaceTime, so I hung up on him. And then he called me back like an angry girlfriend. So I had told him, like, you know what? I don't do that PC barking. And he says, keep the prison lingo out your mouth. You never been nowhere. And mind you, I'm in the room by myself, right? I'm looking at the phone, but I'm looking around. And I'm like, dang, he must be talking to somebody else, because I could have sworn I did like 7 years of state, bro. I could have sworn I could name every single yard I've been on. What year, what yard, and who had it. I could have.
See, and that's the problem with the internet, bro. They speak without knowing your track record. They speak without knowing who you are, where you've been, what you've done, who you know, who you're related to. They should speak to speak, bro. And again, I keep inserting myself because I feel like I can relate to a lot of this, and it sort of like helps out what I'm talking about with Wessmont, right? So if you don't like me to include like my story or my trajectory, get out of here, bro. Okay, but again, people speak just to speak. I hear this all the time. Blue Devil, you ain't done nothing. You ain't never did this. You ain't never done that. No, it's not that I haven't. I just don't speak about it. I don't bring it to the light. I don't sit on the podcast and reminisce about old gang stories, war stories. I don't sit on the podcast and tell the people I'm co-hosting with, hey, fool, remember that one time I blasted the enemy? Because I don't feel that there's a place for that on the pod. Now, we're all chopping it up, and that's what we're talking about. Yeah, I'll throw in little things here and there, but for the most part, We're talking about current events and shit that's cracking in the media right now. So people are gonna go and assume and run their mouth, bro. And that's never good to do, bro. Because you could be looking at a guy that's working at T-Mobile, and that guy could have just got out of prison doing, many years. Or he could be a guy that got away with a double homicide. Or he could be a guy that's trying to change his life around, and now he's working at T-Mobile. But for the most part, they'll put up that guy with a bunch of face tattoos, and they'll be like, oh, that guy's with the business. And truthfully, the guy with all the tattoos probably never been nowhere, done anything. And that's what happens when you assume. You shouldn't do that, bro. Stop doing that, bro. If you really want to talk about someone and what they've been and what they haven't been through, at least look them up. At least look them up. I just agree with people now. When people get at me like that, I just be like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. But if somebody were to really look into my background, they'd be sick to their stomach, bro. Because Blue Devil was a monster one time in his life. And the same thing goes for this youngster. People don't know, but this youngster really got famous off of doing freestyles in prison. And I know because I interviewed this youngster. I interviewed him, and we ran through his whole history. And this fool he was in the pen. He did a gang of time, and he had a phone in there, and he would post his freestyles, and that's how he went viral. But again, people talk for no reason. And that's the problem, bro. People need to stop doing that, homie.
Sworn I took off on the PCs. I could have sworn I went to the hoe. I could have sworn I paroled, like 3 different times. But you know what it is what it is. So then he moved the goalpost because he not popping none of that shit to Peso, right? He had Peso on there. And we all know, no shade to the homie Peso, man. I fuck with the little young dude, but
I like how he's saying no shade to these people before he goes in on them. But what Wessmont don't understand, and maybe he will, is that even though you're not disrespecting these people, they're still going to feel disrespected. They're still going to feel like you're throwing shots at them, even though you're not. Even though you're just using them as an example, they're still going to get angry. And Wessmont was a victim of that too. With me. So remember, even though you're not disrespecting someone, just putting them in the conversation, they're gonna say, "Why are you speaking on my name for? Why'd you bringing me up?" And you lose a potential future friendship.
he be popping shit maybe that a lot of people that I don't really believe he really been through a lot of that shit, right? Maybe he has, maybe he hasn't. But I'm saying I know for sure he ain't been to prison. So why you not popping that, hey, stop using prison lingo with him? Because you picking and choosing, you moving the goalposts, right? Like why you not using the same arguments like, hey bro, don't be using prison lingo because you never been to prison. And I know Pedro done a lot of time in the halls, man. I've been to the halls too. Shout out to him holding that shit down. Like I said, I don't know nothing about the young kid to know that much. I met him a couple times. He a cool dude. What I'm saying is that I'm talking about Lucky.
So he, Peso ain't never been to prison, right? Hopefully the homie don't ever gotta go. Hopefully the homie don't ever gotta go to the pen. Hopefully he stays free. He ain't got shit to prove to no one, right? Not to me, not to you. Even though there's a lot of people out there that still continue, oh, this fool ain't with the business, bro. He this, he that. Listen, his neighborhood loves him. The streets love him. And he's a valuable asset to the culture. The Mexican culture, the homie culture, the Southside culture. Whatever it is, bro. He's a valuable asset. Hopefully the homie don't gotta go to prison. But he's been in juvenile hall. He's been around other homies. He's been in the system. So therefore, what Wessmont is saying is, with this quote unquote, you ain't never been to prison bullshit, Lucky should begin at him, telling him, hey bro, well, you talk all this prison shit, but you ain't never been there. But he's not going to, because Peso is an asset, someone that'll bring in the views, and someone that you want to have on your side. So again, he moving the goalpost. This youngster not lying, bro. And again, that's no disrespect to Peso. Ain't nothing wrong with that, bro, not going to prison. Like I said, why would you want to go to prison, bro, when you a rich motherfucker? Why would you want to go to prison when you a hustler? And it's not that you want to go. Sometimes you get caught up and you got to go. And if that's the case, fuck it. But we ain't looking to go.
In the goalposts when it comes to certain shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's when I have a problem with certain shit, bro. Like if you're gonna stand on something, stand on it, bro. And mean what you say and say what you mean. So when it comes to Lucky, bro, I've been already felt that way, but this conversation that we had off record and everything just showcased to me exactly why he ain't shit, bro. And I'm glad I called him out. So then after that, I go right into and I was taught to make a homie, not break a homie. But it seems like all the older homies, some haters, homie. And I said,
Hey, that shit that okay, listen. That shit people say, make a homie, don't break a homie. I understand that 1,000%, bro. And all my people can vouch for that. I'm always looking out for all my homeboys, bro. Right. In whichever way I can. And they look out for me too. But this whole bullshit when you see people in the chat, oh, make a homie, don't break a homie. When I'm doing a reaction, it's like, shut your bitch ass up, bro. You crying like a fucking wankster. This motherfucker done fucked up. I'm on camera calling him out. That don't mean I don't like him. Don't mean I dislike him. But he done fucked up. Well, why don't you make the homie? Make him how, bro? He a grown ass man, bro. You need someone to hold your fucking hand, bro. You need someone to hold your hand across the street. Like, to me, that's some victim mentality shit, bro. Like, all these fools that are always in the chat, fool, talking about, fool, shut up, bro. Shut up. How about you man up? How about you man up, bro, and you get your ass to work, and you go get a job. And if you can't make it to work because you ain't got a car, walk your ass to work, bro. You chose this life. Now you want to cry and expect other people to pick up your mess, or you expect other people to do for you what you don't want to do for yourself. Man, listen, fool, I understand, fool, from time to time, everybody needs some help. Yeah, everybody does need some help from time to time. But you're fucking 30, 25, and you still ain't get the picture, bro. You still ain't get your shit together, bro. And that's why, because you're on this whole mentality of, make a homie, don't break a homie. People got to give me stuff. No, bro. Get your ass up and go get it, homie. Straight up, fool. Too many crime babies with their fucking handout, bro.
what I said, it seems like they need help. I'm going to pray for homies. Let me tell you a little something about myself. Nothing too major, homie. Because now I feel like I have to tell you about myself because you didn't know. And obviously I was correct. Like I said, bro, I don't just speak out of turn, bro. There's a lot of thought process that goes behind writing these lyrics, right? And you know, bro, you've been following me for a minute, bro. You know I don't just sit and write no bullshit. I pay attention to everything I say. I want to make sure.
Well, let me expose this. Something that I'm gonna tell you guys something you guys don't know about SSkeme if you're just following now. His first viral video I've ever seen of him was a prison video.
Hey, have you been researching dental implants? Did you know you can now get permanent teeth in just 24 hours?
Oh yeah, you think something?
Man, I'ma get straight to the point and throw the combo first. I'm finna.
Yeah, see, there's a video right there. I didn't even watch this. I didn't even know that he had inserted this video. There's only 2 minutes left, bro, and I don't. It doesn't really matter. At this point, listen, Wessmont spoke a lot of facts on this video. He spoke a lot of truth. And so now I sort of understand more on why he, was going through, what he was going through when he was going at everybody, including myself, bro. Like I said on the first video, I don't hold no grudges. I don't care. It is what it is. And you know what's disgusting, bro? There was people in the comments of the first video saying you should want an interview from this fool. That's why you're kissing his ass. People like that are sick, bro, and they got a disease, bro. Those are the first people saying, make a homie, don't break a homie. So I'm being cool, unbiased, and giving the homie his flowers. And instead of you saying, hey, salute to Blue Devil for not, oh, he just wants an interview. But these are the same people crying about me. Listen, for these fools in the comments are just the weirdest individuals ever, bro. Like, the internet done gave a voice to a bunch of weird dudes, bro. But again, salute to Wessmont. He spoke facts on this one. Now, if I watch a video tomorrow and he don't speak facts, I'm going to call him out on it. It don't mean I dislike him. It just means that I don't agree with him. So that's what it is. And for those that don't know, I go based on the video basis. I like you on this one. I might dislike you on this one. And that's the way it be. So salute to everybody in this video. Salute to everybody, included in this video or mentioned in this video. Go subscribe to everybody. And make sure you guys tap in for the 12 p.m. drop. And until the next reaction, I'm Blue Devil, and I'll see you then.